Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, everybody. I am Shane.
And I'm Sam. And today we are looking at the world of sea animals. And this is part A. And I think we even have 3 parts this time, all about sea animals.
And they're all conversations, right? Dialogues between people. Speaking of sea animals, what is your favorite sea animal?
Ooh, that's a good question. There are so many interesting animals out in the ocean, but I would definitely say one of my favorites is the orca.
Oh, that's a cool sea animal.
They are so smart and so interesting, and I don't know, I just think they're really cool looking, and I like them a lot.
Yeah, they are cool looking too because they're black and white, kind of look like penguins, but then actually they like to eat penguins.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Stuff too, and seals and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen lots of cool documentaries where it's like real life and you get to watch them and their natural environment, and they're really cool. I would probably say pretty close to an orca, similar, quite different, but similar, a shark.
Oh, okay.
Like I really like sharks. I'm very fascinated with sharks because I think as a kid, I watched the movie called Jaws.
Oh,
Jaws. And that makes you pretty afraid of sharks. But as I learned more about like marine biology and learned more about sharks, you know, there are so many different sharks, and most sharks would never bite a human. You know, they're actually quite friendly or peaceful animals. So I think sharks are actually quite interesting.
They are actually, yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and dive into the first dialogue.
Chloe and Will are in front of a big tank.
Check out the sharp teeth on that shark.
They're probably very useful when the sharks attack other sea animals and humans.
Actually, most sharks don't attack humans.
But you hear stories about that all the time.
Okay, so we are looking at the world of sea animals, and this is part A. So these are all going to be dialogues about 2 people who are visiting different places or talking about different animals. So let's go ahead and see what is the first one about.
Okay, so in our first dialogue, we have 2 characters, Chloe and Will. And Chloe and Will are in front of a big tank. So what is a tank? A tank, here especially, we're talking about a big glass box that holds water for fish or other animals. And so, for example, you could say, we have a goldfish in the tank. So you could have small tanks, you could have very big tanks, like that you see in the aquariums, you know, where you go to like the sea park and they have an aquarium where there's lots of fish and sharks that you can see. So first person to talk is Chloe. So begin. I guess you'll be Chloe, I'll be Will.
Yes, and so Chloe says, check out the sharp teeth on that shark. So they must be in front of a big tank because it has to be big enough to hold a big shark that has apparently big sharp teeth. And she's a little bit like, whoa, look at those teeth.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like shark teeth. I found a shark tooth once on the beach and I made it into a necklace.
Cool.
Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's go to Tina and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 tank 名词水槽、储水箱。Lily bought a new fish tank for her goldfish. Lily 买了一个新的鱼缸给她的金鱼。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, so before the break, we were talking about sharp teeth that Chloe was commenting on from this shark, right? So now Will says they're probably very useful when the sharks attack other sea animals and humans. So what does it mean to attack somebody or something?
Well, the word attack means to try and hurt or harm something or someone with violence. So in this case, you have a shark. If they are trying to eat a fish or trying to protect themselves, then they might attack and try to hurt the other creature that they are in a fight with.
Ooh, pretty scary. Okay, we also have vocabulary word human because they're saying that they might like want to attack a human, right? A human is just, hi, me, a person. So we're all just humans here. And an example of a human is we could say every human needs food and water. Right? We all need food and water.
Yes, and so then Chloe is responding to Will, and she says, actually, most sharks don't attack humans. And this is something that is true, but maybe doesn't sound true because I feel like, well, actually, Will is about to say that we hear about shark attacks a lot, I feel.
Yeah, you hear about them, but maybe the fact that you hear about them is just because they are more rare. If they were so common, maybe you just wouldn't hear about them. Like a mosquito bite, you don't really hear, like on the news, there was a mosquito bite today because they're always biting people, right? So most of the time, you're not getting attacked. So anyway, Will says, but you hear stories about that all the time. All right, why don't we go ahead and go to Tina?
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 attack 动词攻击 The dog suddenly attacked the stranger 那只狗突然攻击陌生人 human 名词人类 Humans need clean water to live 人类需要干净的水才能生存接着我们回到课文当中
Okay, so pretty fun. You know, they're going to, like, they see this big tank, see a really cool shark. It already sounds like a really good time, like this experience that they're having. So why don't we go ahead, go to the second part of the dialogue, and we'll be right back.
To the sharks, humans just look like seals, sea lions, and sea turtles.
Ah, so the sharks mistake humans for food.
That's right. Also, humans catch sharks for food and their fins. They kill around 100 million of them a year.
Wow, humans are actually more dangerous to sharks.
Okay, welcome back. So before the break, Chloe and Will are in a tank, seeing this really cool shark and talking about its sharp teeth. And why don't we go and learn more about sharks? Because they're talking a little bit about, you hear about shark attacks, like, you know, sharks attacking animals or other sea creatures and humans.
Yes.
So what about the humans?
Yes. So Chloe had said that actually that doesn't happen that often, even though we hear a lot about it because, again, it's a big news event if something like that happens. But Chloe says, to the sharks, humans just look like seals, sea lions, and sea turtles. So they must think, oh, that is something I can eat. And that's why you hear more often about a shark bite or a shark attack, and then they kind of usually leave them alone. So people kind of come up with, you know, some big shark bites, but the shark kind of like bites them and go, oops, that's not what I want.
That's not what I wanted.
And then leave.
And too bad, you're already in big trouble.
I'm sure it still hurts, but it's probably better than actually getting eaten.
Yeah, it's not like they just eat you all up, right? Okay, so Will says, so the sharks mistake humans for food. So typically humans not on the menu for sharks. So they mistake them for food. So what does it mean to mistake A for B? So to mistake A for B means you think A is B, but you're wrong. So you might look at me and think that I am Sam. But you would be wrong because Sam is over there. So you mistook me for Sam, right? So that's what it means to mistake A for B. All right, why don't we go to Tina, and she never makes mistakes.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的文法。A looks like B。A 看起来像 B。Look 在这里是连缀动词，意思是看起来。Like 是介系词，意思是像。我们来看看这个例句。That house looks like a castle. 那栋房子看起来像一座城堡。Mistake A for B. 把 A 误认为 B。Mistake 在这里是动词，意思是误认。它的三态是 mistake、mistook、mistaken。我们来看看这个例句。Tom mistook Lisa's brother for her boyfriend. Tom 把 Lisa 的哥哥误认成她的男朋友。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, so then Chloe responds with, "That's right. That's right." Throwing it back to what Will said, where he said that the sharks mistake the humans for other sea creatures. So she says, "That's right. Also, humans catch sharks for food and their fins. They kill around 100 million of them a year. That's a lot."
And that's awful.
Yes.
You know, and typically they're killing them just for like getting their fin, you know, for like shark fin soup or something like that. So I'm going to say right now, do not eat shark fin soup, okay? Because the industry, the people who are getting you these fins are just cutting them off and killing these poor sharks just for their fins. So it's really bad. So what does it mean, sorry, to kill?
To kill just means to make something dead. So to end something's life. So yes, unfortunately, you might think, oh, well, I'm only eating the fin. But in shark fin soup, to get the fin, to cut off the fin still kills the shark. And so it really has not done well, because then also you're wasting the rest of the shark. I mean, it's one thing if you are responsible where you catch or kill a fish and you eat the whole fish.
Or even if you ate a whole shark, I mean, that would be fine, you know, but shark fin soup, I feel bad.
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah, okay. So Will says, wow, humans are actually more dangerous to sharks. So the real danger is not sharks eating humans. It's actually humans eating sharks. Wow. Okay. Why don't we cut to Tina and we'll be right back.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 kill 动词杀死。The cat killed a mouse in the yard. 那只猫在院子里杀死了一只老鼠。文法的部分刚刚提到了 A is dangerous to B。A 对 B 来说很危险。Dangerous 是形容词，意思是危险的。我们来看看这个例句 That dog can be dangerous to children. 那只狗对小孩可能有危险。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, so we've learned a little bit about sharks, you know, from Chloe and Will. Especially Chloe seems to know quite a bit about sharks.
Yes.
And we found out that, in fact, it's not the sharks that we need to be worrying about. It's the sharks need to worry about us.
Yes, and so they learned all this at a big tank where they got to see these big sharks and their teeth and realize they're not that interested in us. And so tomorrow we will get to see another dialogue and read about it and get to meet even more sea creatures.
All right, well, let's review this dialogue again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Chloe and Will are in front of a big tank.
Check out the sharp teeth on that shark.
They're probably very useful when the sharks attack other sea animals and humans.
Actually, most sharks don't attack humans.
But you hear stories about that all the time.
To the sharks, Humans just look like seals, sea lions, and sea turtles.
Ah, so the sharks mistake humans for food.
That's right. Also, humans catch sharks for food and their fins. They kill around 100 million of them a year.
Wow, humans are actually more dangerous to sharks.
我们来复习一下这课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，tank 名词，水槽、储水箱 ；attack 动词，攻击 ；human 名词，人类 ；kill 动词，杀死。接着我们来看文法的部分。A looks like B，A 看起来像 B。The cloud looks like a rabbit， 那朵云看起来像兔子。Mistake A for B， 把 A 误认为 B。Jane mistook my bag for hers. Jane 把我的包包误认成她的了。A is dangerous to B. A 对 B 来说很危险。This toy is dangerous to children. 这个玩具对小孩而言很危险。以上就是这课的重点单词跟文法，那我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Are you a fan of art? If so, today's location may be the perfect place for you. It's the Tunghai Art Street District. Tunghai Art Street District is a shopping area near Tunghai University. Visitors can enjoy a nice walk around. You can find old items here, along with creative and modern goods. The area became a market district in 1987. At the end of 1999, the Taichung County government redeveloped the district. Today, there are plenty of shops on Yishu South and North Streets. You can find many cafes, tea houses, and art shops here. With a mixed bag of modern and vintage things to buy, Tunghai Art Street District has a little something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Go visit Tunghai Art Street District when you get the chance.